Malaysia juga menghadapi cabaran yang agak getir. Kadar pengangguran di Malaysia adalah di paras 3.9%.
So, isu yang tak settle-settle di Malaysia lagi adalah pengangguran.
Pengangguran meningkat kepada 5.0% pada bulan April 2020.
Mustahil ke kalau kita nak lahirkan usahawan sebenar melalui pendidikan tinggi?
Kalau kita tengok artikel tentang situasi di Malaysia, ada 200,000 graduan yang tak ada kerja.
Disebabkan teknologi yang berubah, perubahan ekonomi, perubahan pemikiran generasi baru, education yang dulu tu mungkin tidak lagi bersesuaian.
Dan mengikut anjuran Jabatan Perangkaan Malaysia, pada 14 Mei 2020, kadar pengangguran dijangka akan meningkat.
A marriage, perkahwinan antara traditional learning and kemahiran. Welcome to the revolution.
Good morning. Hey, Hamiza, Hamida, Farah, Safwan. Hey, good day to you guys. So let's hopefully today the topic will help you guys a little bit more. My goodness, it's already Thursday today. It's crazy how the week flies, right? We start on Monday and then suddenly next thing is Thursday. And of course, some of us who are working will be looking forward. Another 2 weeks, you're going to start fasting as well, right? But anyway, another 2 more days, you're going to have your Saturday. Now, today we're going to talk about stress and your personality and your stress. And how do you use this stress to make it positive? So the first question we need to address before we start the program is stress positive or negative? Now, the biggest killer in the 21st century is all about stress. It causes heart attack, high blood pressure, a lot of stuff. The word stress was actually coined by a guy called Moulton. He actually observed, they went to a clinic, a heart patient clinic, and then they found it very weird. If you look at the chairs, normally if you look at the sofa, normally the part that it was spoiled is actually the back of the sofa. But in that heart clinic, it was in front. That means the person was all sitting like this most of the time. So that means they found that people who are very highly stressed, they coined the word stress, they are always ready for action, they are always worried. That's when it creates stress and therefore increases the chance of heart problems, right? But the thing here is that, can we use, now that you know what actually creates stress, after this one, how you create stress, how can we use that stress to make it positive for us and use that particular energy to drive us forward? Right. So there's 2 things. 1, what stresses you out? 2, how do you use stress to drive you? Now, you, for example, we have, hey Shaban, morning. When we talk about the DISC or the 4 different quadrants of people, the dominant people for the past 2 days I've been sharing with you, basically, they are very global thinkers. They are very driven. They like power and authority. They don't like to be controlled. Now, in the event, if you get a person, let's say if you know your boss or your spouse or your colleague is a dominant person, how do you stress the person up? It's very easy. You actually call the person up every 2 minutes or every 1 hour and say, hey, how are you? What are you doing now? That will create stress straight away. All right. So, hey, Sophie, yeah, I miss you guys too. Tomorrow, go one more day, then we'll see you next week, right? So if you're going to get the person, you know the person when you're being controlled and monitored, they feel stress. All right. So that's for the dominant people. What about the influencers? Influencers, they feel stressed when they don't have people to speak to. All right. They are not the people that can sit alone. All right. They need people, they like gatherings, they like to gather. All right. That's what the influencers people need to know. The steady peoples, on the other hand, they like safety and security. When there's uncertainty or things that you change all the time, they get stressed. But the thing is, the steady peoples, all right, the unfortunate thing for them, I'm sorry to say this, is that you guys don't like to share your emotions, and that is very dangerous. Like whenever I work with steady team members, are you okay? Okay, no problems. As long as everyone's happy. You know, it's like as simple as let's go for lunch. They said, okay, let's go. And let's go to McDonald's for lunch. All right, let's go. But inside their heart, they said, I want to eat KFC. All right. Then after somebody said, hey, why don't we go to KFC instead? And they, yeah, inside the person's heart said, yo, okay, finally we're going to KFC. Then after discuss, they said, okay, let's go McDonald's. Then inside their heart, like, alamak, go McDonald's again. I don't feel like eating McDonald's, I feel like KFC. But the thing is, the person will not say it. So ultimately, they actually create that particular stress in their system where they will not talk about it, and one day they're going to explode. Right? Compliance, on the other hand, what stresses them is things are wishy-washy. That means if you are doing business, they give you a wishy-washy plan. They just talk. They don't have paperwork. They create stress. Now, how now do we use stress to become a driver? All right? How do we use stress to become a driver? Because ultimately, let's put it this way. Can pain drive you? Answer is yes. Can pleasure drive you? The answer is also yes. So how now do you use pain to drive you? I'll give you for example, right? Last time I told you I used to eat Maggi mee every day because I didn't have enough money to eat proper rice. So whenever I feel that when business is going slow, what do? I quickly have Maggi mee for lunch. Because the moment I smell the Maggi mee, I tak nak makan. I straight away, the muak. I think that's such word, if I say correctly, is more get gelak, or it's like I feel, in English it's like I just resent that smell. So that basically has wired my brains to then drive forward. So let's say, for example, give you another simple example. I'm highly dominant, as I shared with you all. I mean, I like it. That's why you're so stressed when people ask you where to eat. That's true, because then you try to please everyone, right? So I'm highly dominant and my wife is highly compliant. So what happens here is this. If you look at our compatibility, normally compliant people and dominant people don't really work very well together. So what happens is that whenever she sees me, all right, not moving forward enough, she starts to automatically nag. And that is a natural skill of a compliant person. I'm not saying compliant people are naggy, but what I'm saying is the natural skill of people to remind you of projects. Automatically, I feel stressed. And that, because of that stress, I want to drive myself from the pain towards the pleasure. I move faster. You follow what I'm saying? So basically, it's about having that balance in between us. Because if you can use energy, if you use it the right direction, it actually drives you. It's like if you're talking about people who are steadies, okay, one thing that they get stressed out is when they don't have safety and security. This is the easiest for us to manage, because ultimately, let's put it this way. If you are going to stay safe all the time, how far would you go? I repeat, if you're going to stay safe all the time when it comes to business, how far can you go? Because if you really think about it again, all entrepreneurs are risk takers. Am I right to say that? if they don't take risks. There's nothing that is certain in this world. Everything is a risk. So, and let's put this with compliance people as well. You like to calculate every single thing, but can you calculate every single thing? Even in due respect to all the economists, whenever the bubble bursts, have they ever projected the bubble burst? Nobody can even calculate the existence of COVID. So what we are saying is that we can use it. Yes, Hamida, you can use your stress to push us, correct? Because it's a driver. It's a driver. If you can channel and refocus that stress into the direction that you want it, it works. Example, when you look at a speedboat, when its engine is turned on, where is the highest stress? The highest stress is actually at the motor, because that's the one that has to do the most work. So the engine feels really, really stressed. All right. So that's when they said that, hey, but if you can propel it in the right direction, your speedboat goes faster. The higher the stress, the faster it goes. Simple metaphor. Yeah. So that's basically it. So it's about managing your stress. Because I personally, as for what, it's not about a guy who believes in sitting down there every morning and meditate and try to keep calm. Now, although I'm not saying that it's bad, it's actually good. All right, but it's not about just keeping calm the whole time and not doing anything. But it's about meditating as to who you are and where you want to go. Right? It's meditating on who you are and where you want to go, and not about what are the problems in our life. All right. So the more you meditate on the directions that you want to go, the better you get. The greater the stress that you are feeling, then you would actually force yourself to look at where you want to go, because you want to get rid of that feeling of stress. Am I right to say that? So remember, guys, always boil down to the first question is, who are you? I always go back to this, because who you are deep inside you, as you know yourself, you will feel much better. Your focus on the stress, or focus on the direction that you want to go. All right. Always remember your strategy. Your personality profiles is just an indicator as to your tendency. It does not define you, because personalities, basically, they are the one. It's a result. All right. A result of who we are, and that's our natural tendency. But the thing is, whenever we change our jobs, do a new business, get married, every single thing changes our profile to suit the situation. Right. So tomorrow we're going to come back to talk about personality. We're going to end the week by talking about personality and managing finances. All right. And then the next week we will come back with a whole new topic altogether that will actually help you to work your day-to-day life even better. All right. Till then, till tomorrow, we'll see you and have a blessed day. All right. Bye, guys.
Malaysia juga menghadapi cabaran yang agak getir. Kadar pengangguran di Malaysia adalah di paras 3.9%.
So, isu yang tak settle di Malaysia lagi adalah pengangguran.
Pengangguran meningkat kepada 5.0% pada bulan April 2020.
Mustahil ke kalau kita nak lahirkan usahawan sebenar melalui pendidikan tinggi?
Kalau kita tengok artikel tentang situasi di Malaysia, ada 200,000 graduan yang tak ada kerja.
Disebabkan teknologi yang berubah, perubahan ekonomi, perubahan pemikiran generasi baru, education yang dulu tu mungkin tidak lagi bersesuaian.
Dan mengikut anjuran Jabatan Perangkaan Malaysia pada 14 Mei 2020, kadar pengangguran dijangka akan meningkat.
Marriage, perkahwinan antara traditional learning and kemahiran. Welcome to the revolution.